Hello. Hello. Why am I over here? Hello. 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 Welcome in. Today we are not allowed. Okay. Yeah, don't pet them, orange boy. Don't pet him. For starters, thank you very much. Thank you, the seventh god, for the bits, and Onyx Dixon, thank you for the bits as well. Thank you. Hello. Hello. So we are ASMRing today. I raised the volume a bit. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. I started a YouTube. Um, I started uh, I started YouTube streams again, mainly for the fact that I'm way too freaking lazy to upload VODs. Can you call me a slur ASMR? No, I can't do that. Hello, welcome in. Hello, hello. So I'm not the ASMR expert, and also I'm in a dark room because I don't feel like having my light on. So if my tracking is a little off today, I apologize. The S is for slur? No. So the reason I am starting this now is first of all, first of all, um um yeah, Margot, we taught Margot about the wonderful world that is Hamu Hamu. Um wait, booyah 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 booyah. ASMR is actually gonna start becoming a monthly thing. Usually beginning of the month, like first 2 weeks. But we're going to we're gonna listen. We have my thing is to be a good idol. I feel like hello, welcome in, welcome in. I feel like you need to know when to use your energy, and you need to know how to speak clearly. Because sometimes I go to clip my stuff and I'm like, what did you just say? So it's idle practice, okay? Nothing more. We do have a few things. We do have a few things though. We're gonna read a story. It's, it's not, it's not Joy Handcom or whatever. You made me get loud. How dare you? Ban this user. So originally the story we are going to read Winnie the Pooh today. Um, we're gonna read Winnie the Pooh, but I thought it would have been very funny also because I was thinking about starting out reading Kizu Monogatari to you guys because I have the first volume. We're not doing that though. We're not doing that. We're not- um, but first things first, let's go with some little noises. These are gonna give you the tinglies. This is gonna give you. We'll do Kizu. When we finish Winnie the Pooh. Let's hear some noises to give you guys tinglies. That was my hair roller. That's my hair roller that goes in my veins every morning. Onyx Dixon, thank you very much. Thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you, thank you. That was your cat. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, 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 no. Oh my god, thank you for the bits. Whoa, what is that? Has that always been a thing? That always been a thing? Wow. Wow. We got some Zots. We got some Zots. We got some Zots. We can eat some Zots, you know? Are there ants? There are no ants on them. Stream takeover. How do you know what's coming to the channel soon? How do you know? Ow. Don't ask what that was. Don't ask. But Seven, thank you for the bits. Why is he dancing so good? Well, now I gotta get the sod out of my mouth before I read. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. Eat the salt really close. I'm sorry. Did you actually hear? This is just the ASMR. It's me eating salads. Here's some more. Here's some more tingles for you guys. Nice. Alright, you know what? Let's do. We're gonna do a poll in the Twitch chat. Monkey Pin? No, it's not glitching. You're just going crazy. We're gonna do a poll in the Twitch chat. Um, we're going to do choose. You guys can either have your moment, and we can read Winnie the Pooh, okay? Or we can have my moment. Vampirex, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys will have full authority with it. M is for monkey, something slur monkey. Monkey? If I'm not trapped. Well. I don't know where that noise. If I'm not tracking right, by the way, once again, it's because I'm in a dark room right now. Velveteen Rabbit is specifically only for Christmas Eve. Why aren't I tracking? Hang on. I'm not tracking. I'm not. Hang on. Hang on. We're in a dark room together. Monkey Pin. Hello, yes, I am ASMR only streamer. Hello. I ASMR only. Would you like to ASMR with me? I have one more shot by me. This is grape flavored. This is great. Ah, it's everywhere. Sorry. Oh my god, thank you very much. Thank you for the bits. Darkness diminishes the strength of my lappin'. No. I'm strong. Apex, ASMR, Apex, Arc, Valorant. None of those words are in the Bible. Oh, I just fucking bit my tongue. And okay, congrats, 7 stream streak, congrats. Thinking on it, I was gonna, a la Velveteen Rabbit, read it off of my phone. I might have the book somewhere. Like, literally right outside my room. I wonder if I could go grab it. You know what? While the poll is going, I'm gonna go grab it, and we're just gonna also keep it in here as well. Just for next time, okay? Don't ask me why I didn't think of that before stream started. I'll be right back. The room is no longer dark, by the way. I figured that's probably a very stupid idea to read in a dark room. I've returned and I have found it. Now it'll be actually really funny if Kazoo wins. There's a hello man, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I have the actual book. It's a little torn up, but it's okay. Just like the rest of us. You should need channel points to vote IRL. Yeah, you need channel points to vote in the election where Camilla dog where Camilla Harris and Freddie Fazbear are working together. Did you hear that? Did you hear the news that they're Freddie Fazbear? This election is for the people. Exactly. My cock is rock hard, boys. Sometimes to get no ads for the voting booth. Exactly. Exactly. Gamers, this book is so old. This is like really old. I went here and I say, hello, Pooh. Taking that out of context, what was even the context of it? Quite honestly, was there even any context on it? This is just Lapin Speaks. This is just Lapin Speaks quietly. Stream. And we're doing Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Tell the little boy all stuff with Puff. He is Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Silly Willy Nilly over bear. Deep in the 100-acre wood. Where Christopher Robin plays. No, this has all the main big stories. I'm voting for Ponkatsu King ticket. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So this is the original Winnie the Pooh. This is actually my book from when I was like 6. I think I was like 6 years old. I had to be only like either 6 or 7, somewhere around there. My name's in here. Oh god, that's a dot. I'm glad I didn't hand cam this. If we get the Pooh get stuck, we'll read it. We'll read it. Now let me sit back. Let me change how my mic is angled too. Why is it stuck? Oh, because it's stuck in one of the Victorian drawers. That makes sense. It's not 40 years old. It's not. How? That's why. Okay, there we go. Lapunkutsu. My name is Lapunkutsu. I'm a streamer and Twitch and YouTube, and I'm gonna sit down and read you a story. Okay. Enjoy. Enjoy. Come along, children. Come around. Come around. It's story time. We're getting on like the hello, welcome in. Are we supposed to be talking like this? Is this ASMR? Which is the ASMR voice? Is it this? Or is it this? Which one? Is it this? We whispering, it's like we're hidden lovers. Oh? Yeah, thank you very much. My day has been great so far. Second one, this. Wait, which is the second? This or this? Normal is more soothing? Okay, because this is relaxed. It's Friday. We don't need a party. We don't need to party. We are relaxing. Doing children's books, New York. The whisper kind of peaks the mic. Oh, I see. So this original one is actually from 1926, by the way. That's the year I was born. Oh, there's a thing in here about A. A. Milne. Hang on. I never knew that. Alan Alexander Milne was born in London on January 18th, 1882. He was the third and youngest son of London school teachers, and to the surprise of no one in the family, he could read when he was 2. As a schoolboy, he began to write verses, parodies, and short humorous pieces for his school's paper. He on to Cambridge, where he edited the undergraduate paper. In 1903, he left school and went to London to write. At the end of the year, he had spent all of his money and earned almost nothing. Oh, lame. He continued writing. During the second year, he earned considerably more and supported himself on his earnings. In 1906, I don't know why I thought that was a 2. He was offered the position at Punch magazine. He was an editor at Punch for the next 8 years, during which time he wrote his first book. 3 collections of his contributions to the magazine were also published. In 1913, he married Dorothy, known as Daphne del Selincourt. In 1915, during World War I, he enlisted in the Royal Warwickshire regime and served in France. During his military service, he wrote 3 plays, all of which were produced in the London stage. After the war, he declined to return to Punch, choosing instead to write when and where he pleased. In 1919, his play Mr. Pym Passes By was a huge success, affording the Milnes financial independence. Christopher Robin Milne, the author's only son, was born in 1920. He soon became an inspiration to his father, who later wrote, "If a writer, why not write on whatever comes in sight?" So, the children's books, a short intermezzo of a sort. When I wrote them, little thinking all my years of pens and inking would be almost lost among those 4 trifles for the young. When Christopher Robin was a year old, he was given a stuffed bear from Harrods, and later a tiger, pig, and donkey. The idea of bringing these toys to life in a children's book is credited to Daphne Milne. In 1924, A. A. Milne had published When We Were Very Young, a collection of verses which had met with a great success. On both sides of the Atlantic, in 1926, Winnie the Pooh was released, promptly establishing Milne as a major author of children's books. Interesting, interesting. Is this Pooh? Wow, he did a lot. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh wrote this. Lappin Maldives, Slappin Makotsu. Writers did used to be neat when you think about it. They really have. This is like, just so you guys know, this is like 300 pages. We're definitely not gonna get through it tonight. Don't worry. Somebody keep track of how many time Poe says, "Oh bother, oh bother." I have a sparkling ice, by the way. Delicious. It's cherry limeade flavor, if you're wondering. Wonderful. It says also in here, to her, hand in hand we come, Christopher Robin and I. To lay this book in your lap, say you're surprised, say you like it, say it's what you wanted, because it's yours, because we love you. Thank you. The book loves me. Diamond cucumber, ooh. Keep track of how many times Eeyore begs for death. Does this book love us? Yeah, it's your guys' too. It was literally a dude paid by a rich dude delivered his attic and right because his son thought he was. Hang on. Sorry. The dog was barking at the cat, and then I had to go get the cat, and then I fell. Yeah. I returned from my endeavor. All right. Chapter 1, okay? I thought this said Sigma. Here is Edward Bear, coming downstairs now. Bump, 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 bump. On the back of his head, behind Christopher Robin. It is, as far as he knows, the only way of coming downstairs. But sometimes he feels that there really is another way. If only he could stop bumping for a moment and think of it. And then he feels that perhaps there isn't. Anyhow, here he is at the bottom and ready to be introduced to you. Winnie the Pooh. When I first heard his name, I said, just as you are going to say, but I thought he was a boy. So did I, said Christopher Robin. Then you can't call him Winnie. I don't, but you said, he's Winnie the Pooh. Don't you know what the means? Ah, yes, now I do, I said quickly, and I hope you do too, because it is all the explanation you are going to get. Sometimes Winnie the Pooh likes a game of some sort when he comes downstairs, and sometimes he likes to sit quietly in front of the fire and listen to a story. This evening, what about a story? Said Christopher Robin. What about a story? I said. Did you very sweetly tell Winnie the Pooh one? I suppose I could, I said. What sort of stories does he like? About himself, because he's that sort of bear. Oh, I see. So could you very sweetly? I tried, I said. So I tried. Once upon a time, a very long time ago now, about last Friday, Winnie the Pooh lived in the forest all by himself under the name of Sanders. What does under the name mean? Asked Christopher Robin. It means he had the name over the door in gold letters and lived under it. Winnie the Pooh wasn't quite sure, said Christopher Robin. Now I am, said a growly voice. Then I will go on, said I. One day he was out walking. He came to an open place in the middle of the forest, and in the middle of this place was a large oak tree, and from the top of the tree there came a loud buzzing noise. Winnie the Pooh sat down at the foot of the tree, put his head between his paws, and began to think. First of all, he said to himself, that buzzing noise means something. You don't get a buzzing noise like that, just buzzing and buzzing, without its meaning something. If there's a buzzing noise, somebody's making a buzzing noise. And the only reason for making a buzzing noise that I know of is because you're a bee. Then he thought another long time and said, and the only reason for being a bee that I know of is making honey. And then he got up and said, and the only reason for making honey is so as I could eat it. So he began to try and climb the tree. It's great. Okay. Okay. He climbed and he climbed and he climbed, and as he climbed, he sang a little song to himself, and it went like, isn't it funny how a bear likes honey? Buzz, buzz, buzz. I wonder why he does. Then he climbed a little further, and a little further, and then just a little further. By that time, he had thought of another song. It's a very funny thought that if bears were bees, they'd build their nest at the bottom of trees. And that being so, if the bees were bears, we shouldn't have to climb up all these stairs. He was getting rather tired by this time, so that is why he sang a complaining song. He was nearly there now, and if he just stood on that branch, crack! Oh, help, said Pooh as he dropped 10 feet on the branch below him. If only I hadn't, he said as he bounced 20 feet onto the next branch. You see what I meant to do, he explained as he turned head over heels and crashed onto another branch 30 feet below. What I meant to do? Of course it was rather, he admitted as he slithered very quickly through the next 6 branches. It all comes, I suppose, he decided as he said goodbye to the last branch, spun around 3 times, and flew gracefully into the gorse bush. It all comes to liking honey so much. Oh, help! He crawled out of the gorse bush, brushed the prickles from his nose, and began to think again. And the first person he thought of was Christopher Robin. Was that me? Said Christopher Robin, in an awed voice, hardly daring to believe it. That was you. Christopher Robin said nothing, but his eyes got larger and larger, and his face got pinker and pinker. So Winnie the Pooh went round to his friend Christopher Robin, who lived behind a green door in another part of the forest. Good morning, Christopher Robin, he said. Good morning, Winnie the Pooh, said you. I wonder if you got such a thing as a balloon about you. A balloon? Yes. I just said to myself coming along, I wonder if Christopher Robin has such a thing as a balloon about him. I just said it to myself thinking of balloons and wondering. What do you want a balloon for? You said. Winnie the Pooh looked round to see that nobody was listening, put his paw to his mouth, and said in a deep whisper, But you don't get honey with balloons. I do, said Pooh. Well, it just happened that you had been to a party the day before at the house of your friend Piglet, and you had balloons at the party. You had a big green balloon, and one of Rabbit's relations had a big blue one, and had left it behind, being really too young to go to a party at all, and so you had brought the green one and the blue one home with you. Which one would you like? You asked Pooh. He put his hand between his paws and thought very carefully. Like this, he said, when you go after honey with a balloon, the great thing is not to let the bees know you're coming. Now, if you have a green balloon, they might think you are part of the tree and not notice you. And if you have a blue balloon, they might think you were only part of the sky and not notice you. And the question is, which is most likely? Wouldn't they notice you underneath the balloon? You asked. They might or they might not, said Winnie the Pooh. You can never tell with bees. He thought for a moment and said, I should try to look like a small black cloud. That will deceive him. Then you had better have the blue balloon, he said, and so it was decided. Hello, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, hello. Hello, hello, welcome. We are having story time, hello. Well, you both went out with the blue balloon, and you took your gun with you, just in case, as you always did. And Winnie the Pooh went to a very muddy place that he knew of, and rolled until he was black all over. And then when the balloon was blown up as big, and you and Pooh were both holding onto the string, you let go suddenly, and Pooh Bear floated gracefully into the sky and stayed there, level with the top of the tree, and about 20 feet away from it. Hooray, you shouted. Isn't that fine? Shouted Pooh. Down to you. What do I look like? You look like a bear holding onto a balloon, you said. Not, said Pooh anxiously. Not like a small black cloud in the sky? Not very much. Ah well, perhaps from up here it looks different, and as I say, you never can tell with bees. There was no wind to blow him nearer to the tree, so there he stayed. He could see the honey, he could smell the honey, but he couldn't quite reach the honey. After a little while he called down to you. Christopher Robin, said in a loud whisper. Hello. You think the bees suspect something? What sort of thing? I don't know, but something tells me they're suspicious. Perhaps I think that you're after their honey. And maybe that. You can never tell with bees. There was another little silence, and then he called down to you again. Christopher Robin. Yes? Have you an umbrella in your house? I think so. I wish you would bring it out here and walk up and down with it, to look at me every now and then say, it looks like rain. I think if you did that, it would help the deception which we are practicing on these bees. Well, you've laughed to yourself, silly old bear. But you didn't say it out loud because you were so fond of him and you went home for your umbrella. Oh, there you are, called down Winnie the Pooh, as soon as you got back to the tree. I was beginning to get anxious. I had discovered that the bees are now definitely suspicious. Should I put up my umbrella, you said? Yes, but wait a moment. We must be practical. The important bee to deceive is the queen bee. Can you see which is the queen bee from down there? No. A pity. Well, now if you walk up and down with your umbrella saying, it looks like it's gonna like rain, I shall do what I call by singing a little cloud song, such as a cloud might sing. Go. So while you walked up and down and wondered if it would rain, Winnie the Pooh sang the song. How sweet to be a cloud floating in the blue. Every little cloud always sings aloud. How sweet to be a cloud floating in the blue. It makes him very proud to be a little cloud. The bees were still buzzing as suspiciously as ever. Some of them indeed left their nest and flew all around the cloud as it began the second verse of this. And one bee sat down on the nose of the cloud for a moment and then got up again. Christopher, ow! Robin, called out the cloud. Yes, I have been thinking, and I have come to a very important decision. These are the wrong sort of bees. Are they? Quite the wrong sort. So I should think they would make the wrong sort of honey, wouldn't you? Would they? Yes, I think I shall come down. Ow! asked Pooh. Winnie the Pooh hadn't thought about this. If he let go of the string, he would fall, and he didn't like the idea of that. So he thought for a long time and said, Christopher Robin, you must shoot the balloon with your gun. Have you got your gun? Of course I have, you said. But if I do that, it will spoil the balloon, you said. But if you don't, said Pooh, I shall have to let go, and then that would spoil me. When you put it like this, you saw how it was, and you aimed very carefully at the balloon and fired. Ow! Said Pooh. Did I miss, you asked? You didn't exactly miss, said Pooh, but you missed the balloon. I'm so sorry, you said, and you fired again. And this time you hit the balloon, and the air came slowly out, and Winnie the Pooh floated down to the ground. But his arms were so stiff from holding onto the string of the balloon all that time that they stayed up straight in the air for more than a week. And whenever a fly came and settled on his nose, he had to blow it off. And I think, but I'm not sure, that is why he's always called Pooh. Is that the end of the story? Asked Christopher Robin. That's the end of that one. There are others. About Pooh and me? And Piglet and Rabbit and all of you. Don't you remember? I do remember. And then when I try to remember, I forget. That day when Pooh and Piglet tried to catch the heffalump? No, they didn't catch it, did they? No, Pooh couldn't because he hasn't any brain. Did I catch it? Well, that comes into the story. Christopher Robin nodded. I do remember, he said. Only Pooh does it very well, and that's why he likes having it told to him again. Because then it's a real story and not just a remembering. And that's just how I feel, I said. Christopher Robin gave a deep sigh, picked up his bear by the leg, and walked off to the door, trailing Pooh behind him. At the door he turned and said, Coming to see me have my bath? I might, I said. It didn't hurt him when I shot him, did it? Not a bit. He nodded and went out, and at the moment I heard Winnie the Pooh, bump, 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 going up the stairs behind him. Do you know which one is next? Do you know which one is next? The title of this one is it's chapter 2, in which Pooh goes visiting and gets into a tight place. No, it's a good one. It's the one we're waiting for. It's the one we're waiting for. It is. It's so true. It's so true. This one's good. It's really good. It's really good. Oh, that hurt. Alright. Let's see. Have a little look-see. I'm just curious which ones are coming up. Okay. Alright. Edward Bear, known to his friends as Winnie the Pooh, or Pooh for short, was walking through the forest one day, humming proudly to himself. He had made up a little hum that very morning as he was doing his stoutness exercises in front of the glass. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la, as he stretched up as high as he could go, and then tra-la-la, tra-la, oh help la, as he tried to reach his toes. After breakfast, he had said it over and over to himself until he had learnt it off by heart, and now he was humming it right through properly. It went like this. Tra-la-la, 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 rum-tum, tiddy-tum-tum, tiddly-tiddly, tiddly-tiddly. That doesn't count as reading. While he was humming this hum to himself and walking along gaily, wondering what everybody else was doing and what it felt like being somebody else, when suddenly he came to a sandy bank, and in that bank was a large hole. "Aha!" said Pooh. "If I know anything about anything, that hole means a rabbit," he said. "And rabbit means company," he said, "and company means food, and listening to me humming." So he bent down, put his head into the hole, and called out, "Is anybody at home?" There was a sudden scuffling noise from inside the hole, and then silence. What I said was, "Is anybody at home?" called out Pooh very loudly. "No," said a voice, and then added, "You needn't shout so loud. I heard you quite well the first time." "Bother," said Pooh. "Isn't there anybody here at all?" "Nobody." Winnie the Pooh took his head out of the hole and thought for a little, and he thought to himself, "There must be somebody there, because somebody must have said nobody." So he put his head back in the hole and said, "Hello, Rabbit. Isn't that you?" "No," said Rabbit in a different sort of voice this time. "But isn't that Rabbit's voice?" "I don't think so," said Rabbit. "It isn't meant to be." "Oh," said Pooh. He took his head out of the hole and had remembered and had another thing, and then he put it back in and said, "Well, could you very kindly tell me where Rabbit is?" "He has gone to see his friend Pooh Bear, who is a great friend of his." "But this is me," said Pooh, very much surprised. "What sort of me?" "Pooh Bear." "Are you sure?" said Rabbit, still more surprised. Quite sure," said Pooh. "Oh well, then come in." So Pooh pushed and pushed his way through the hole, and at last he got in. "You were quite right," said Rabbit, looking at him all over. "It is you. Glad to see you. Who did you think it was?" "Well, I wasn't sure. You know how it is in the forest. One can't have anybody coming into one's house. One has to be careful about a mouthful of something." Pooh always liked a little something at 11 o'clock in the morning, and he was very glad to see Rabbit getting out the plates and mugs, and when Rabbit said, "Honey or condensed milk with your bread?" he was so excited that he said, "Both." And then, so as not to seem greedy, he added, "But don't bother about the bread, please." And for a long time after that he said nothing, until at last, humming to himself in a rather sticky voice, he got up, shook Rabbit lovingly by the paw, and said that he must be going. "Must you?" said Rabbit politely. "Well," said Pooh, "I could stay a little longer if you—" and he tried very hard to look in his direction the ladder. "As a matter of fact," said Rabbit, "I was going out myself directly." "Oh well then, I'll be going on. Goodbye." "Well, goodbye. If you're sure you won't have any more." "Is there any more?" said Pooh quickly. Rabbit took the covers off the dishes and said, "No, there wasn't." "I thought not," said Pooh, nodding to himself. "Well, goodbye. I must be going on." So he started to climb out of the hole. He pulled up with his front paws and pushed with his back paws. In a little while his nose was out in the open again, and then his ears, and then his front paws, and then his shoulders, and then— "Oh, help!" said Pooh. "I'd better go back." "Oh, bother!" said Pooh. "I shall have to go on." "I can't do either," said Pooh. "Oh, help! And oh, bother!" Now by this time Rabbit wanted to go for a walk too, Finding the front door full, he went out to the back door and came around to Pooh and looked at him. "Hello, are you stuck?" he asked. No," said Pooh carelessly. "Just resting and thinking and humming to myself. Here, give us a paw." Pooh stretched out a paw, and Rabbit pulled and pulled and pulled. "Ow!" cried Pooh. "You're hurting." "The fact is," said Rabbit, "you're stuck." "It all comes," said Pooh crossly, "of not having big front doors." "It all comes," said Rabbit sternly, "of eating too much. I thought at the time," said Rabbit. "Only I didn't say anything," said Rabbit. "And one of us was eating too much," said Rabbit. "And I knew it wasn't me," he said. "Well, well, I should go and fetch Christopher Robin." Christopher Robin lived on the other end of the forest, and when he came back with Rabbit, he saw the front half of Pooh. He said, "Silly old bear," in such a loving voice that everybody felt quite hopeful again. "I was just beginning to think," said Bear, sniffing slightly, "that Rabbit might never be able to use his front door again. And I should hate that," he said. "So should I," said Rabbit. "Use his front door again," said Christopher Robin. "Of course he'll use his front door again." "Good," said Rabbit. "If we can't pull you out, Pooh, we might push you back in." Rabbit scratched his whiskers thoughtfully and pointed out that when once Pooh was pushed back in, he was back, and of course nobody was more glad to see Pooh than he was. Still, there it was. Some lived in the trees and some lived on the ground, and... "You mean I never get out?" said Pooh. "I mean," said Rabbit, "that I haven't got so far. It seems a pity to waste it." Christopher Robin nodded. "Then there's only one thing for to be done," he said. "We shall have to wait for you to get thin again." "How long does that getting thin take?" asked Pooh. "About a week, I should think." "But I can't stay here for a week." "You can stay here, all right, silly old bear. It's getting you out which is difficult." "We'll read to you," said Rabbit cheerfully. "And I hope it won't snow," he added. "And I say, old fellow, you're taking up a good deal of room in my house. Do you mind if I use your back legs as a towel horse? Because, I mean, there they are, doing nothing, and it would be very inconvenient just to hang the towels on them." "A week," said Pooh gloomily. "What about meals?" "Also, hello, welcome in, hello." "I'm afraid no meals," said Christopher Robin. "Because of getting thin quicker, we will read to you." Bear began to sigh, and then found he couldn't, because he was so tightly stuck that the tear rolled down his eye, and he said, "Then would you read a sustaining book? Such would help, and comfort a wedge bear in a great tightness." So for a week Christopher Robin read that sort of book to the north end of Pooh, and Rabbit hung his washing on the south end, and in between Bear felt himself getting slender and slenderer. And at the end of the week Christopher Robin said, "Now!" So he took hold of Pooh's front paws, and Rabbit took hold of Christopher Robin, and all of Rabbit's friends and relations took hold of Rabbit, and they all pulled together. And for a long time Pooh only said "Ow!" and "Oh!" Then all of a sudden he said "Pop!" just as if he were a cork coming out of a bottle, and Christopher Robin and Rabbit and all of Rabbit's friends and relations head over heels backwards, and on top of them came Winnie the Pooh, free. So with a nod of thanks to his friends, he went on with his walk through the forest, humming proudly to himself. But Christopher Robin looked after him lovingly, and he said to himself, "Silly old bear." Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. He's a friend. It's helping the people brain and my teeth. Yeah, he's kind of a jerk. He really is. Honestly, when you really think about like the old Winnie the Pooh stories, he really is like very much a jerk. He's not a very nice fella. Like, he's kind of rude. When you think about it, I hiccuped. I'm sorry. Breaking into people's houses and stuff. This is also like the 1920s though. He's just a bit slow. He is just a little slow, to be honest. Is Winnie the Pooh autistic? Is he an autistic little fella? Is Pooh a Latino? I don't think so. I think he's a white guy. Yeah, he's a white, autistic man. That's why his name is Winnie the Pooh. That means he can break into houses? It's true. I wish I could break into his houses. I think we're gonna stop with rating there. It's cause listen, fellas. I'm a little dizzy today. I'm a little dizzy. Just a little bit. Seventh God, thank you for the bits. Thank you. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of autism. Please break it to my house. Yeah, he's a Pokemon protagonist. I really like when we can like when I don't need to be in like ultimate streamer mode and we can just chill out and be free and stuff and things. I don't have going for me. I don't have very much going for me. It's okay, cause listen, when we stream, we could just be like, yeah, it's okay, you know, it's fine. I mean, y'all got everybody together and stuff. It's fine, it's fine. But if I like tried to California girl, just hey guys, welcome to the stream. I can't do it when I'm being quiet. I want to be a streamer forever. Then we can all be. Then we can all be like for forever. I have my head resting on the microphone. How do people do like the like soft breathing ASMR? Hang on. Like how do they do that? Like you have. Can you hear it? I'm trying to breathe heavier, so it's not actually soft breathing. What if I turn my mic up? Hang on, hang on. What if I... What if I... Hang on, hang on, hang on. Hang on. What if I put it by my heart? My heart's here. No, I don't think you could hear anything. I tried putting it on my neck too. Like, what if we just... What if we just like stayed? Like we're just like, hey, and just breathe. Sorry, I yawned. Welcome, Katsu girl. She's unforgettable. More noises. Mmm. Tasty. Tasty little pigos. Mmm. Tasty. Your destiny is to be bored. Born to war. Born to war. Born to ping pong. Yeah. Like animal noise ASMR. Meh. 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 And then the cat comes in and goes, meow. And the monkey comes in and goes, pollo. That was my chicken noise. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the chicken. That was a chicken noise toy? Hell yeah, pollo. Pollo. Does eating chicken that make the noise give you autism? Yes. If you eat meat and get your vaccines, you become autistic. That's what happened to me. Yeah. Take that one out of context. Yeah, the Asperger's, you know. Don't say that the FDA will come after you. Oh no. Ass chicken. What is happening? I do though. I wanna get better at streaming and stuff. And I wanna do lots of fun things, but I'm such an EP pin. I'm so EP. Thank you, Seven God, for the bits. I'm just a little EP pin. I live my life very EP, you know? You just wake up and you're like, yeah. Yeah, the Eeper. I do though. I feel bad. I want to be able to do a lot more for everybody as a streamer. Because I don't think I'm very good at it. But I would like to get better at it. And I want to become better at things like reading. I want to get better at singing. I want to be just a good streamer. And I want to work hard because lots of people have been following me for so long. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And now I'm like, I need to work harder so that way they don't regret it. Because I have so much love for the world. I have so much love for everybody, and I want to be able to give it back. I'm just very eepy though. I'm just very eepy. I think we're gonna end here. I think we're gonna end here, and I'm gonna sleep, oh people. I don't think for it. Onyx Dixon, thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you. Thank you. There is something about ASMR streams that talking quieter makes you very extra sleepy. But I do. I also have Tuesday streams are supposed to have we're gonna have fun on Tuesdays. Be prepared. Be prepared for that, okay? And also, yes, YouTube streams are back because I keep forgetting to upload VODs. Specifically just for that. But yeah, expect some fun things on Tuesday. Expect fun things, okay? It's starting this Tuesday specifically, okay? Alright. Who's online? Who's online? Who's online? Who's on? That's cats. Let's cats it up. I wanna watch cats. Lepungkutsu's online. Oh man, we should write into her. Seems like a strange stream to get into. I wanna watch cats, so we're gonna watch cats. Good night, thank you guys. Oyachu, good night. Good night, good night. Where's my ending screen? Good night. Good night. Good night.